Shifting focus now to the United States, where a shooting involving federal agents in Minneapolis has reignited that long-running debate in America around gun laws. Only this time, the debate has come up in a rather unexpected way. The death of a 37-year-old nurse during protests against President Trump's immigration crackdown has raised fresh questions about how gun rights are applied where law enforcement is involved. The man who authorities say was legally carrying a firearm was shot and killed by the Border Patrol agents reportedly during a confrontation on Saturday. Officials say he was shot because he was carrying a gun. But America is asking, if owning a gun is legal, can carrying one get you killed? As many have pointed out, the video does not show him trying to use the weapon. Still, authorities are pointing to the gun as the reason for the shooting. What exactly does that mean, though? The same leaders who defend gun rights are now treating a gun as a threat. Is carrying a legal gun suddenly dangerous there? That is the contradiction driving that debate, among many other questions. The Homeland Security Secretary, in fact, addressed the issue on Fox News. She reportedly said authorities cannot allow individuals to interfere with law enforcement while carrying weapons and lacking proper identification, adding that such situations often lead to deadly outcomes. The FBI director, meanwhile, echoing those remarks, speaking on Fox News on Sunday, Patel said that protesters carrying loaded firearms cannot be considered peaceful. He said that bringing a weapon with full magazines to a demonstration raises serious security concerns. And shortly after that shooting, the Department of Homeland Security released an image of a handgun, which officials said was recovered from the man. Now, these statements have drawn criticism from both political opponents, even gun rights groups, very crucially, and that's rare. It's a rare development in America's long-running debate on gun laws. The thing is, traditionally, it is Republican leaders who have defended gun ownership rights, while Democrats have pushed for stricter gun controls. Stricter gun control laws, rather. And in this case, people from both parties have questioned the Trump administration's justification. Gun rights organizations, including Gun Owners of America, rejected the idea that legal firearm possession can justify a shooting. The group said the Constitution protects the right to carry arms, including during protests. The National Rifle Association, meanwhile, also criticized the administration's response. The NRA is saying public officials should wait for a full investigation rather than making broad statements that could stigmatize lawful gun owners. The California governor accused the Trump administration of undermining the Second Amendment. In a post on social media, he suggested that the administration's stance contradicted its stated support for gun rights. What is at the heart of all of this? It's the Second Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. It basically guarantees the right of Americans to keep and bear arms. The amendment has been a source of political and also legal conflict for decades now. The U.S. Supreme Court has repeatedly upheld both the right to own firearms and the right to carry them in public. And according to a Pew Research Center survey conducted in 2023, nearly a third of U.S. adults say they personally own a gun. And in the latest case, police officials in Minneapolis have confirmed that the man was legally licensed to carry a firearm. The police chief, in fact, said the man had no criminal record and was a law-abiding citizen. Despite this, federal officials say his weapon played a key role in the agent's decision to use deadly force. They argue that armed individuals confronting officers during sensitive operations create unacceptable risks. But the question is, has the Trump administration's justification set out a troubling precedent? That's the question for the citizens of the U.S. to answer and ponder over. And the way things stand right now, independent reviews are expected to examine body camera footage, bystander videos, witness statements. No timeline has been announced as of now for the completion of the inquiry. As the investigation continues, though, the death of the man has sparked a larger conversation around gun rights, around protest policing, also the extent of using federal power against its own citizens.